Alright. Yeah. Just as the sun is about to go down, things are finally fixed. It's our first time streaming on YouTube in a while, and so my capture card decided it wanted to flip me off tonight, so that led to a bit of an argument between the two of us that required me to uninstall and reinstall it. But it looks like we have the problem fixed now, so hopefully it is now well and truly taken care of. Because for the first time in quite some time, there has been an update to the quest list here in Ishgard. And so tonight we'll be focusing on that as the new quests have been made available here in the city of Ishgard, and more specifically within the Firmament. So, hey there Brandon, and to everyone else just logging on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of our look at Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Live. I'm so glad you are with us here this evening, and I will make sure that we can be able to have an awesome time because we got quite a few interesting quests that we're going to be taking on here as the additional quests have been made available in the Firmament. So what do you say we head on out there right now? So let's have a look, because yeah, it looks like the apartments have been completed. Either that or it's a giant cathedral. Yeah, it does have a big church bell at the top of it. And we do have more of the houses now made available. The newest edition, Hoarfrost Hall, is now complete. Yeah, you can tell the fanfare is really getting prominent now. So, now that we are here, what do you say we head on over to go to speak with Foreman Ogbear, because I know it's been a while since we've spoken to this guy. So, what do you say we go ahead and do that by taking on the next quest he has available for us, but first... Well, if it isn't Matthias, take a look around and feast your eyes on Featherfall, the latest district of the Firmament now open for business. And needless to say, we couldn't have done it without you. As you doubtless already know, Featherfall is to serve as the Firmament's commercial district. Here you'll find a branch office of the Sky Steel Manufactory, an impressive residence we call Hoarfrost Hall, and a lively marketplace where you'll find traders and merchants peddling goods from the realm over. Yeah, let's have a look at this massive thing. Aye, no end of merchants, craftsmen, and laborers have been beaten down our doors hoping to make a new home here. Not that I can blame them. Why, I've half a mind to relocate here myself. Lord Francois believes it's only a matter of time before Featherfall becomes the living, beating heart of the Firmament. And, from the look of things, I reckon it's half there already. Of course, it's still a work in progress, and there's plenty of construction and restoration work yet to be done. If you'd be so kind as to help us keep a steady stream of supplies flowing in, we'd be grateful as ever. I'll do what I can. Given that all that I do right now, it's not easy. So, now that we've taken his quest, you'll see that a new one has opened up just to the north of us. So, let's head on that way. Yeah, I realized this was going on earlier today when I was playing with someone else. Yeah, as you can see, Lord Francois and his servant Francois are chilling out here in the main square. And Francois decked out in the outfit that was given to him by the heretic that wanted to come back home last time. So, now that he is decked out in his new attire, why do you say we go ahead and speak with him to take on our next quest here in the Firmament, entitled The Making of a Market. Francois is looking upward towards the new heights for the Firmament. Matthias, 'tis always a pleasure to see you here in the Firmament. You'll be pleased to hear that the district is home to an ever-growing number of thoroughly satisfied residents, thanks in no small part to your tireless efforts on our behalf. In particular, I'm proud to say that we've spared no effort to realize Lady Hilda's ideal of a place where one and all can have a roof over their head and food in their belly, provided they are willing to work hard and make an honest living. Good to hear it. Seeing how things are progressing most swimmingly on that front, I've decided to turn my eye to Lord Briarden's most astute recommendation, encouraging the flow of goods and services so as to build a thriving economy that will serve as the area's lifeblood. As such, Ogbera and his men have been hard at work putting the final touches on the ward I have dubbed Feather Fall, which is to serve as the Firmament's center of commerce and trade. There is one remaining issue to resolve. And what's that? Namely, how might we distinguish our own marketplace from the Jewel Croisier? After all, if we hope to attract vendors and customers alike to the Firmament, we must offer something that they cannot already find at a more established location. So what do you have in mind? After giving the matter considerable thought, it struck me. What if we were to bring in merchants from the realm over to ply their trade here, that Featherfall might be the Holy Sea's new hub of foreign trade? It is a most inspired idea, would you not say? And, if you would not disapprove, I would ask you to accompany me as our designated emissary to the 3 city-states. After all, who better to convince our esteemed guests to make the journey here to Ishgard than one of your influence and prestige? Well, I'd be grateful and honored there, Lord Francois. And if you would not disapprove, or quite honestly, even if you would, I will be accompanying you as well. Who goes there? Oh, ominous music, that's not a good sign. Hello there, and who might you be? Lord Charlemagne! It is far from my place to object, but for whatever reason would the Count de Durandere wish to come along on our humble expedition, particularly in light of your honored house's rather, shall we say, conservative views towards the expansion of foreign trade. Oh, thank you not to make assumptions about the interests of my house, Lord Francois. I have always acted in what I believe to be my homeland's best interests, and I will continue to do so. Yeah, old gruff guy, still needs to be shown the light, whatever. Mayhap House Durandere did not give the Warstone welcomes to outsiders at the Observatorium and White Rim front. Yeah, those still haunt Edie all the time. But I assure you that we only took the necessary precautions to defend the sea from external threats at a time of war. Surely the savior of Ishgard can understand our position. Maybe not. Give him the look on our face. At any rate, the war is over, and our nation has entered a new age. I am not inclined to sit idly by as House Durandere is left behind the times. And yet, at this most vital of junctures, my son and heir remains lost at sea, and my cousins are either too young or unworldly for the task. And so, it falls to me to see to matters myself. I dare say there is some merit for you as well. After all, whatever negotiations you intend to conduct, they can only be aided by the presence of the head of Ishgard's highest of high houses. I trust you have no objections? It's like, yeah, this guy means business. Your offer of assistance is most generous, Lord Charlemagne. I will not dream of refusing it. Yeah, we understand each other. Of course not. We depart at once, yes? I've heard Gordania is most lovely at this time of year. Yes, my intention was always to begin our expedition at our closest neighbor. I have it on good word that an establishment there known as the Carline Canopy would be a suitable... The Carline Canopy it is then. Do take care not to lag behind, yes? Yeah, he's definitely not messing around. Lord Charlemagne, wait! Yeah, you better go after him. Yeah, he seems to want to move on and make connections as well. But yeah, this guy certainly is intimidating to say the least. And so, upon arrival here in Gridania, we're going to make our way towards the Carline Canopy and reunite with the boys. Here they are. Hey there, Francois, we made it. So this is Gridania. Why, it is even more verdant and lush than I had imagined. A dankier, gloomer city I can scarce imagine. I am glad I do not live here. Ouch. And yet this nation is home to a great number of our own kind. Convincing an Alizan trader or two to come to Ishgard will be done in less time it takes for an afternoon tea. To start, I will enlist the services of one of the locals. Feel free to come along, Lord Francel. Mayhap you'll learn something. Yeah. What? Yeah, wait, Lord Charlemagne! Yeah, it's like, what? Yeah. Oh dear, Matthias, this is precisely what I was afraid of! I did some research before our departure. No doubt this is common knowledge to you, but I read that Gridanians are reserved types who do not warm easily to outsiders, yet perhaps not to the degree of our own people. I fear the Count, for all his good intentions, might sour the local populace on our offer before we can even make it. Come, we must stop him! Yeah, quickly there, Francois. Hey there, Ichigo, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yeah, where are our usual suspects this evening? So, yeah, the Count has found this guarded Gridanian here, and she is an Alizan too. You there, I'm looking to speak with one of your nation's most prominent traders. Tell me where I might find such a person and be quick about it. I'm a busy man. I'm not in the habit of entertaining outsiders. Rude, arrogant ones, least of all. Bugger off and do it yourself. Yeah, and she's like, I'm out of here. Why, the sheer gall of that woman! Well, you were pretty upfront. Well, with all due respect, Lord Charlemagne, we are guests in this land. Just as you and I were once wary of outsiders like good Matthias here, so too are these people wary of us. In the world outside the Holy See, our titles or the prestige of our houses will avail us no special privilege. Mayhap it would behoove us to conduct our affairs with a measure of humility? But I fear we've already aroused the suspicion of the townspeople. Let us try our luck at another location. Mayhap one of the guilds for which this place is so well known? A guild, you say? Very well. Let us stop blithering and be off. Yeah, we'll go and reunite with them over at the Leatherworkers Guild. And so let's go towards the markets here and wait for the boys to arrive. And maybe someone else of interest too, because it says wait for passerby. So who are we waiting on? Hey there, gentlemen. Yes, this place seems rather... Oh, Francois' line, sorry. Yes, this place seems rather lively. No doubt we can find someone willing to assist us here. Yeah, this is the local markets. Let me show you around. Or let's chill out for a while and look for anyone of interest. I beg your pardon, my esteemed sir. I'm a humble visitor from Ishgard, and I was wondering if I might trouble you with a question or two. What's that now? Oh, mistrustful merchant. This can't be good. Right. Could it be Lord Francel? Ha! It is you! Whatever brings you to the Tollswood? What? Pray forgive me, I do not believe I have had the pleasure. You wouldn't know me, but I sure you know you. During the war, I plied my trade as a sellsword at Camp Dragonhead. You often came to dine at Lord Horshaforth's invitation, yes? Yeah, that he did, especially after he saved Francel's neck. Like that I did. Lord Horshaforth was a most benevolent man. There were few things he enjoyed more than sharing a good meal in the company of his friends and his men alike. Aye, and I was one of them. I fondly remember the times I sat at his table, sharing in his meat and mead, and the warmth of his hull and his company, For a moment, you could forget the bitter cold outside. It's a memory that stayed with me to this day, long after I turned to Gridania and hung on my blade. Lord Horshathal was a great man, and I had hoped to return to Ishgard one day to visit him. Yeah, you won't get that privilege though. But then the news of his tragic passing arrived. Even now I find it hard to believe he's gone. I as well, my friend. Not a day goes by that I do not think of him and the kindness he showed me in the darkest of days. And though I will forever mourn his passing, I take solace in knowing that his sacrifice was not for naught. For because of those like him, and Matthias here, the war is at long last over, and our nation welcomes a new age of enlightenment and restoration. So it is that we come here to fair Gridania in the hopes of establishing trade that will benefit both of our nations. Might you perhaps know of any merchants or traders who might be interested in exploring such a possibility? Do I ever! And nothing would please me more than to be able to return the kindness that your countrymen showed me. It just so happens that I do work for Black Rabbit Traders these days. Perhaps you've heard of them. My center's in charge there and she's always looking for promising new business partners. Just wait here, I'll bring her right over. You mean we don't have to go over to her? My good man, if it is as the gods themselves sent you to us, if she does not mind the imposition, I would be honored to meet this lady my center. And so, away he'll go. Hey there Miguel, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. So now we gotta speak with Francois Fisher to complete the quest. I trust that you've met this lady my center, Matthias. Do you suppose she'll be receptive to our offer? I believe she will be. So, hello there. So you're the guest from Ishgard I've heard so much about. I'm my center of Black Rabbit Traders fame. I hear you have a business proposition for me. It is a pleasure and an honor to both to make your acquaintance, Lady My Center. I am Francois de Hollanart, and I have the privilege of overseeing the reconstruction of our fair city, a task which includes building a thriving economy. To that end, I wish to invite the realm's preeminent trading concerns to establish outposts in our new commercial district. If it please you, will you not consider bringing your operations to Ishgard? Yeah, let me think about this. I heard that you Ishgardians opened your borders, but quite frankly I wasn't expecting to receive such an eager and enthusiastic proposition. And it's an interesting one, I'll grant you that. Still, as much as I like to be evade, I run a business here, not a charity. And so I'm forced to ask, why should I expand to Ishgard? What do you offer that other places do not? A well-founded concern, of course. Be assured that our nation offers businesses many opportunities. For example, yeah, you can't think of any. This ain't good. Yeah, let me come to the rescue here by either saying, you'll have immediate access to the finest Ishgardian wares, Ishgardian nobles are notorious spendthrifts, or the comic response, picture it now, the Homunculi tour the Holy See. Which doesn't necessarily make for a good reason for wanting to go there. The Homunculi were part of the first use of choir for Starlight Celebration 2 years ago. But we'll give her option number 1. Yeah, let's come into Francois' rescue. Now that you mention it, I dare say that Ishgardian furs and fine cuisine could command a high price here in Gridania. Alright, Matthias here has convinced me. The Black Rabbit will come to Ishgard. Oh, thank you, Lady My Center. You do us a kindness that we will not soon forget. You can spare me the flowery words. I'm only looking out for my own business interests as I trust you are as well, no? In any event, I'd best be going. We'll have to take a full inventory to determine which of our fine goods swing north. As they say, the traders do not smile on those who tarry. Well, thank you very much, you two. We appreciate your support. Oh, thank you ever so much, my friend. I never could have done this without you. Lady My Center's question was only to be expected, yet I found myself at a loss. Your impeccable knowledge of the realm and calmness under pressure have served us well once more. You have succeeded here despite the involvement of houses Hollanot and Forton, not because of it. The citizens of the Sultanate are far more discerning, but fear not. I will show you how negotiations among the upper crust are truly done. Well, let's hope that you pull through this time. So, we'll take our 83,700 experience points and 778 gil. And now we'll move on to our next side quest by speaking with Lord Francois again to take on our quest entitled Dealings in the Desert. Francois is eager to return to the road. Our sojourn in Gridania has been most fruitful, but it is time we take to the road again. I hear they call Uldar the jewel of the desert, and that it is a bustling center of trade and commerce. I can scarce wait to see what opportunities await us there. I have it on good account that the Sultanate is an affluent and cultured nation, with a populace that places due importance on status and lineage. Unlike the rabble here, its people will no doubt afford me the respect I deserve. According to my research, the market district of Uldar is centered around a location known as the Ruby Road Exchange. I propose we make that our first destination. As you may know, the exchange has quite a long and storied history. It is also conveniently located just a stone's throw from the airship landing where we are to touch down. Yeah, I'll join you there. Yes, let us be off already. I'd like to fall asleep if I stand around here any longer listening to your ramblings. Well, it is nighttime. Yeah, it is nighttime after all, so what do you say we head on off to Uldar? And we have arrived, so first stop is the Avengers Guild, because it's closest to where we're going to be going. So we'll run through the quicksand because there is an exit over this way. And we'll reunite with the boys, who chose an interesting place to wait for our arrival. Yeah, checking out the harems I see. Lord Francois? Well, I have never seen such a spectacular array of exotic goods and crafts. Do those girls dressed in only their undergarments know no shame? And the uncouth lot gawping at them are no better? I was led to believe this was a cultured society. The array of wares is respectable, I'll allow, but I've no interest in dealing with threadbare peddlers. Let us find ourselves a trader with a proper pedigree. But how in the Fury's name do people survive in this stifling heat? Well, it is cooler at night. There is some relief from that. I shall go and secure a business partner post-haste. The sooner to take my leave of this blasted desert. You two may wait for me at an alehouse or the like, but do not make yourselves overly comfortable. It will not take long. Yeah, and away he goes again. Oh dear, there he goes again. Uh-huh. I'm loath to trouble you once more, Matthias, but would you be so kind as to go after him? Without your presence, I fear that he may less than endear himself to the locals, not unlike in Gridania. Having lived my entire life in Ishgard, I am painfully aware of my own limitations when it comes to interacting with those who share a different cultural background. I fear that the Count de Durandare has, shall we say, not yet come to this realization. I believe he ran off in the direction of Emerald Avenue, was it? I shall head to the Quicksand in the meantime and see what news I might glean there. Yeah, one thing you learn about this place really quickly, the harems. And hey, if those don't float your boat, you can always check out the bunnies at the Gold Saucer. So let's see where our man went to. Oh, yeah, he's chilling out waiting for someone? Yeah, in fact, we know this guy particularly well. You there, you know something of these parts, yes? I seek to do business with a trader possessed of a reputation worthy of my great house. You will introduce him one to me at once. I'll be more than pleased to, friend. And pray tell, how much is this information worth to you? Worth? You would demand payment for your piddling knowledge? You don't know how things work around here, do you, old man? In Uldar, information's a commodity like any other, and a bloke only gets as much as he's willing to pay for. Clearly the knowledge I've got is worth something to you, else you won't be standing here before me. So, we return to the question, how heavy is your corn purse feeling today? Yeah, we better step in before we come to blows. Allow me to handle this, old boy. Yeah, well, you know that voice. Who goes there? Yeah, a Manland in Ottawa? Hey, a Manland, I thought you were taking over the post over at Camp Dragonhead. What are you two doing here? Yeah, you two shirking your responsibilities or something? Well met, my friend. How fare you this fine day? Well, if it ain't my favourite-ish guardian. Comes a big old woman's brain about the latest happenings here in the Sultanate. Of course, I'm happy to oblige in exchange for whispers you've heard round the Holy See. Any other day and I would gladly trade rumours with you. Today, however, I meant only to offer a word of warning. That man is none other than the lord of the highest of our high houses. He breeds political intrigue and sups upon machination, and believe me when I say you do not wish to make an enemy of him. But don't take my word for it, just ask our friend Mathia. Yeah, isn't that right? Yeah, I was watching the whole time. What are you doing dragging me into this? And like, I'm not coming over. 7 hells. On second thought, don't bother taking out your corn purse. Whatever you're offering, it's more than clear it ain't worth the trouble. And now if you don't mind, I've more pressing matters to attend to. A wise decision if I do say so myself, and worry not. I shall return before long with rumours from the Holy See you so desire. Till next time, my friend. And away he goes. Yeah, so you do possess power of persuasion. Fancy meeting you, hero boy. I never would have expected to find you in the company of the illustrious Count Durandare. Whatever is the occasion? Well, I never expected to find you here not monitoring your post at Camp Dragonhead. What's wrong with you two? Yeah, anyway, let me explain what's going on. I might ask you the same. Does the floundering son of House Fortom intend to upstage his betters? Why, Lord Charlemagne, you wound me! Rest assured that I meant only to spare you from a potentially inexpedient encounter. Purveyors of information in these parts are inevitably sharper than they let on. If they judge you to be less than knowledgeable about your surroundings, they will not hesitate to take advantage. If I needed the help of a self-indulgent stripling, I'd have asked for it. Well, but I must ask you, old boy, what brings you to the Jewel of the Desert with a good count at your side? What manner of information, pray tell, were you hoping to glean from our friend Wymond? Well, this is what we needed to know. Lord Francois is looking to stimulate commerce and trade in the Firmament. Well, why didn't you come to me sooner? Do you think so little of your comrade Manland? Well, we keep going back to the same line. You're supposed to be at Camp Dragonhead. Allow me to explain. My dear brother suggested that I might employ my considerable skill in mingling among the upper crust to more, shall we say, productive ends. After all, social gatherings are a prime opportunity for overhearing choice tidbits of rumor and gossip. The point being that I have acquainted myself with no small end of prestigious merchants and traders, including many who I believe would be most amenable to the idea of expanding their operations to Ishgard. I dare say that more than a few of them have fetching daughters as well. I knew you'd go that way there, playboy. At any rate, you need trouble yourself no further. I'll reach out to the parties in question and make the necessary arrangements. In return, I ask only that you convince Lord Francois to put in a good word with the lovely Lady Lynette on my behalf. A fair enough exchange, is it not? Do we have to? Yeah, Onwa was like, why? Yeah, and even I'm not up to it. Why not, Master Griffin? I will see to it that my lord remains focused on the task at hand and does not let his emotions lead him to enter into any potentially disadvantageous agreements. We shall be in touch at a later juncture. Till next time, old boy. I do believe there's a banquet I should be attending. Yeah, until we meet again. See, I guess guard work wasn't his forte. I suppose even foppery can serve a purpose on rare occasions. Though needless to say, I could have handled the negotiations just as well without that fool's meddling. On the bright side, we can at long last take our leave of this blasted desert. Lord Francois was at some tavern called the Quicksand, yes? Let us tell him the deed is done and be on our way. And away he goes. Dragoon! Alright, there's Francois, and the Count again. Welcome back, Matthias, and Lord Charlemagne. May I ask if your negotiations bore fruit? Yeah, it certainly did, with some unexpected assistance. Lord Amadeline came to your aid, you say? Splendid! His knack for befriending influential personages never ceases to amaze me. Yeah, it would seem he's found his calling, or he asked if he could put in a good word with Lady Lynette. Well, we do want this deal to go well, right? Oh, I see. I was about to comment on how impressed I was that he was putting his natural proclivities to use for such a worthwhile cause, but I see his motivations are the same as ever. That said, his consistency is admirable. At any rate, it is clear that he has done us a great service today, and with the ever-diligent young Onawala at his side to keep him honest, I dare say we have little to worry about. Yeah, it looks like this person was aware I was a dragoon and decided to say hello. I'll get to his friend request in a moment. I must thank you too for your efforts, Lord Charlemagne. If you had not thought to flag down that information monger, why might it still be searching aimlessly in the streets? I most humbly ask that you lend us your prodigious skills to us at our next destination as well. Do you not agree, Matthias? Yeah, still stubborn, so we'll take our 83,700 experience points and 640 gil. And happily accept a friend request from a brother dragoon. I mean, hey, it's a brother dragoon. How can you go wrong? Alright, so let us continue on with the story here. Let's speak with Lord Francois again to take on our next quest entitled A Parlay with Pirates. Francois has his eyes set on your next and final destination. Are you ready to take to the road again, Matthias? Our final destination awaits us, Limsa Laminsa. If we must. Though, if you truly expect me to find a reliable trading partner in that den of pirates and ruffians, you are even more of a fool than I thought. Believe me, Lord Charlemagne, when I say that I bear no love for barbarous outlaws. That said, by all accounts, things have changed much in the years since Admiral Blofuswin rose to power. I have spoken of my son's disappearance to you in the past, have I not? If by chance you have forgotten, it was those accursed pirates who took him from me, and for that I will never forgive them. It was 20 long years ago. He was a boy of great promise, possessed of a curious mind and a burning desire to see the world. Then a murderous band of sea reavers raided his vessel, and just like that, he was gone. To this day, the rumors reach my ears that he was in a jail deep beneath the city, or that someone resembling him has been seen wandering the streets. As his father, I want to believe he still lives somewhere, but there is only so long a man can... What I meant to say is, I will not trust a pirate half as far as I could throw him. They are the scourge of our realm in my house, and I will have nothing to do with them. You have my most heartfelt sympathies for the loss of your son, Lord Charlemagne. Nonetheless, we still have a job to do. By no means do I wish to open old wounds and stir painful memories. Pray return to Ishgard ahead of us. Matthias and I shall handle matters from here. Are you gonna decline? No, I will accompany you. Regardless of what happened, nay, precisely because of it, I will not shirk my duty as Lord of House Durandare. I will march into that wretched hide of murder and villainy and seize from it a new age of prosperity for my house as due retribution for all they have taken from me. If that is what you wish, my lord, let us be on our way. My preliminary research has led me to conclude that the area known as Bulwark Hull, a stone's throw from the airship landing, would make for a suitable place to commence our efforts. Alright, and I'll see the two of you there. But before we do that, though, let's detour to Camp Dragonhead. Oh. Oh wow, Bomba, it's been a while. Yeah, just so we can see what's going on. Yeah, here they are, back from their soiree in Oda. There are the two of them. And so, back now to the main course, back to Limsa Lominsa. Yeah, maybe I can convince them to say, or join us in stream. We can chat while I'm on the air. Of course, since it's Limsa Lominsa, we'll take our sweet time loading in. Oops. Alright, so while waiting for... see if Bomba will accept our offer, let's head on over to Bulwark Hall. Hey there, boys. The fury take me. How can all these people abide that god's awful stench of salt and brine in the air? Let us conclude our business swiftly and take our leave of this place. Lord Francel, I trust that your research has enlightened you as to where we might find a suitable trading partner. Indeed it has, Lord Charlemagne. I have read that all goods incoming and outgoing must pass inspection at a place called Milvan's Gate. No doubt that will be a productive place to begin our inquiry. I see. Very well then, let us be off to this Milvan's Gate or whatever the place is called. And that's where we shall go. Perhaps it is but wishful thinking on my part, but would you not say Lord Charlemagne has softened since we arrived here in Limsa? Why he even waited for me to complete a full utterance before dashing off? Could it be that we have earned his trust? We'll soon find out, I guess. Let's go and join them. So, Milvan's Gate is also the name of the Arcanist Guild here in Limsa Lominsa. So let's all warp ourselves over there right now. So let's head on over to Milvan's Gate, aka the Arcanist Guild. And the Count and slash the Lord has found this assessor here. You are employed here, yes? My companions and I hail from Mishgard, and we have come to Limsa to discuss matters of trade. then you've definitely come to the right place. Any inquiries you may have regarding duties, tasks, prohibited goods, or what have ye, I or one of my fellow assessors would be more than happy to enlighten ye. I see. To be precise, we seek to introduce wares from your nation to our homeland, where we believe such items would be in demand. Might you be able to recommend to us a trader dealing in such wares? Aye, but of course. Why did you say so soon, my good man? In that case, I'll be wanting to talk to one of the 3 great pirate powers here in town. Well, he certainly was talking a lot more nobly until he heard this. He might not be put off about that. Pirates? Aye. Of course, since the signing of the Galadian Accord, they're more of an officially sanctioned agency, raiding the Gallians at the Admiral's behest, partaking in honest trade and the like. At least that much can be said of the Sanguine Sirens and the Krakens. The bloody execution is a whole nother matter, so I recommend you limit any dealing and negotiating you feel like partaking into the former 2. I reckon the Sanguine Sirens would be as good a start as any, as they're known to be a bit more welcoming to outsiders than yourselves. You'll find them over in the tavern known as the Missing Member if you're up for a parlay. Yes, I do believe I've heard enough. Thank you for your time, and good day. I can scarce believe it has come to this, but I suppose we have no other recourse. Well, Lord Francois, I trust you know the way to this missing member. Oh. Well, we'll go ahead and say it's okay. Alright, let's head on over. So the missing member is closest to the Aft Castle. It is located just south of the Drowning Wench. Alright, so we gotta go this way. Through the South Square and over to our 2 friends. Hey, Charlemagne. Everyone is here, yes? Then let us be on our way. You got it. By the Fury! Why, it's a veritable haven of pirate wenches! Yeah, they are the Sanguine Sirens after all, but I will not back down from this challenge. Watch closely, Lord Francois, and let me show you how a deal is made. Well, you tried to show us 2 times before, will you be lucky this time around? Greetings and welcome to the Missing Member. Do you have a reservation, sir? Yeah, this is a tavern after all, but it's for exclusive people, and the maid here, Melcoco, asking us if we have a reservation. I do not. I have come from Ishgard to discuss matters of trade with the captain of the esteemed Sanguine Sirens, and I was told I might find her here. You were you? Well, yes, I suppose you might. Make yourself comfortable and I'll go let the captain know that she's got a new visitor. She was about to say victim. That can't be good. And so sometime later... The hell's you want, drylanders? State your business quick and your best hope it's worth my while, or else me sirens silly see are gutted and sleeping with the fishes before you knew it coughed ye. Well. Pray stay your hand, my lady. I only meant to consult you on a potential business proposition that might prove mutually beneficial. Yeah, I think the Count here has been put on the back foot here. It's like he's looking in a mirror. I hail from the nation of Ishgard, and I do believe that your fine wares will be most highly sought after in our nation. Ishgard! You must be daft to think any pirate in a right mind would have even half a minute to set one foot in some bleeding snow-soaked wasteland at the edge of the world.
You must have had me confused with that pathy-sheltered captain of the Krakens or else someone else who's got more swagger than sense. Look out of my step before I cut your blubbering tongue out and toss it into that stew.
Yeah, she ain't kidding. 1,000 pardons, my lady. I shall take my leave anon and seek out those Krakens of whom you speak. Thank you for your kindness and wish you and your sirens all the... Thank her for her kindness?
I said get out of my... Wait a bleeding minute. Why does that self-righteous face of yours seem so bloody familiar? Never mind, I've got bigger fish to gut. Let me go from here or you'll be joining them. If I were you, I'd be taking your advice to heart. You'll find the Krakens at the 7th Sage, just past here and beyond the Drowning Wench. I do hope your parlay there proves more fruitful.
Yeah, we'll do what we can. And not be scared off. Yeah, the maid is the one nice thing about this place. Yeah, we'll just be on our way. Yeah, we'll just get out of here. And apparently there's also a triple triad player? How come I've never played her? I guess because I've never really noticed because I don't come this way all that often. So yeah, from here we will head to the Culinarians Guild because it's the closest place I can go and find who I need to find. So quick right over here and then off we go. Oh, it seems like they've opened up a lot more triple triad players. So yeah, here are the two, standing in front of a person who you probably never even see because you're usually, if you're here in Los Elemental, you just run right by this person. The herbalist Zranmaya. But we're not interested in speaking in, we're interested in speaking with the Count.
Welcome to the 7th Sage. Would you care to peruse our diverse array of exotic herbs and spices?
Pardon me, my good lady. I'm Charlemagne of House Durandar, and I have travelled to your fair nation from Ishgard. Might you or any of your colleagues perchance be interested in selling your fine spices in my homeland? I can assure you, many of my countrymen will be willing to pay a handsome price for them.
Durandar, did you say? My sincere apologies, good sir, but in accordance with the company policy, we are not entering into partnerships with parties from the Holy See at this time.
No parties from the Holy See? What insular, close-minded nonsense is... what I meant to say is, we are prepared to make the arrangement most appetizing to you. As appetizing as salted harbour herring, one might say. To wit, our astrologers have devised a method to accurately gauge one's present location and bearing regardless of the season. A technique which I do believe would be most beneficial to esteemed privateers such as yourselves. Yeah. He's trying to win her over. Meanwhile, leaning over the railing. Remember this guy? The guy who helped us to get through the Siren Song Sea and Stormblood to get over to Kugane? Captain Carvelan? Well, he's back. To think the old man would be willing to reveal a treasured house secret to outsiders. Dastardly, despicable pirates, no less. Have you figured it out why he's saying what he's saying? Perhaps there's hope for Ishgard yet. Yeah, gotta go link pro.
Pray excuse me for a moment. Captain, why yes, no, why not? I was just about to bid our guest farewell as per your explicit orders not to... What's that? Are you certain? I see. I'll convey the message then. Forgive me for my hasty decision. The captain says he will entertain your proposition, but on one condition. He will only speak to the adventurer here.
Yeah, because he's a friend of Corinne. And so, I see. In that case, I have little choice. Matthias, was it? I have done little to deserve your charity, but would ask you this one favor. Might I entrust the negotiations to you? We'll do what we can, sir.
Very well then, if you would come this way.
Yeah, lead on.
Captain Carvelin of the Krakens awaits you atop the stairs. One more thing, you are by no means to speak his name nor describe his face to anyone from Ishgard, or he will personally have you keel-hauled. No hard feelings, of course.
Yeah, got it. So yeah, let's go and reunite with Corinne's sailing buddy. Hey there, Captain. How have you been?
My associate has apprised me of the situation. So this delegation from the sea wishes to establish trades with us, do they?
The Ishgardians, consumed only with a petty war, living out their days in that gloomy frigid land devoid of passion or imagination. Just thinking back to my dreary days in that miserable place is enough to make me ill. But with the war's end, it would appear that a new wind blows in my homeland. While I am not so naive to assume that they have left their past entirely behind, I will trust that the sea's desire to change, as well as that of the man who has come to me on their behalf, is sincere. Anything to keep that most fearsome Lala-felon acquaintance of yours from making things difficult for me. Yeah, he's referring to Tataru. Yeah, we'll do what we can. Gerald, the document. Yeah, make sure you don't give it to me while you're also cutting my arm off.
This here is an agreement consenting to the formal commencement of trade between the Krakens and House Durandare of Ishgard. It is in Gerald's name and marked with our official seal to authorize the transaction. I would appreciate it if you could deliver this to the Count de Durandare on my behalf.
Indeed, we can do that.
Are you quite sure about this, Captain?
Let us be thankful for that adventurer showing up when he did. If that man had forced his way into my office, I shudder to think what might have ensued. Yeah, he'd probably wrap his arms around you and say how much he misses you. 'Tis strange, though. For long years, the mere sight of the man's face filled me with loathing. But seeing it again now, I only feel this odd sense of nostalgia. Yeah, as he looks out to the sea again. And yet, I dare not entertain the thought of doing anything more. It would only serve to undo all I have accomplished. No, I have no mind to give up my freedom or whatever I might gain in its place. Yes, this will do. Yeah, it'll do for him, at least. And so back to the gentleman. Well, do you have anything to show for your efforts? Indeed we do, sir. Here you go. Why, this is more than I dared to hope we would achieve. However, did you manage this? Your passionate plea won him over. He chose to believe in Ishgard's future, or I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Yeah, let's say that his passionate plea won him over. You mean he was listening in on our discussion? I'm not quite sure what to say. At any rate, I have finally accomplished that which I sought here in Eorzea, and can finally return to Ishgard in triumph as befitting the Lord of the highest of houses. I am in your debt, Lord Charlemagne, and you, Mathia. With this, the day that the finest goods from the realm over are traded freely in the markets of Featherfall is all but upon us. And so that will take our 83,700 experience points and 940 gil. And now, it's time for us to speak with Lord Francois again, and we'll take on our level 60 quest to complete this particular part of the storyline entitled May Featherfall Flourish. Francois is ready to make a triumphant return home. Mathia, Lord Charlemagne, I must thank you once more for accompanying me on this journey. Owing to your tireless efforts, our mission has succeeded beyond my loftiest expectations. And you expected any less of me? At any rate, I do believe it is past time that we returned home. There are preparations that must be seen to, yes? But of course, speaking of which, I've been giving considerable thought as to how we might best organize our new commercial district. To that end, I would be most grateful if the two of you would visit the location and share your thoughts upon our return.
My time is valuable, as you might imagine, but I suppose I can spare a moment or two to lend my expertise. 'Tis most appreciated, my lord. In that case, let us each attend to any unresolved matters we may have here, then reconvene back in the firmament at our earliest opportunity. Travel in safety, my friends. And so we will reunite with the two of you there. Back to Ishgard! And then over to the Firmament. And so, back over in the city and the Firmament. And back over to Lord Francois. So yeah, let's have a look. It is but a short walk from here to the Featherfall Commercial District. Allow me to show the way. Yeah, let's have a look, shall we? I must give credit where credit is due, Lord Francois. This place is almost beginning to look halfway habitable. Francois, we were wondering if you'd ever come home. Who goes there? Yeah, it's his family. My brothers! And you too, sister. How wonderful it is to see you all again. Oh, but you must simply hear the news. Yeah, let's tell them all about it. Orville and Francois apprised us just now. Why, if even half of what we have heard is true, it would appear your excursion abroad has proved most fruitful. And this off of the back of the Diadem's designation as the official gathering grounds for the Restoration. Without you to extol its potential to our leaders, I doubt we would have received the necessary approval and funding. You do Ishgard a great service, Francois. As your sister, I could not be more proud. My dear siblings, you flatter me overmuch. Why, I could not have hoped to accomplish even a fraction of this without the expertise and influence of my esteemed companions. Of that I have no doubt, Master Griffin. As you so selflessly served Ishgard during the war, you continue to go above and beyond in this era of peace. I have not the words to express my gratitude. I'm sure Stefan feels the same way. And Orville? And my most honourable Lord Charlemagne, pray accept my humble gratitude for accompanying my impulsive little brother in his travels, and for opening his horizons with your vast experience and worldly wisdom. Yes, I can only hope the boy gains something from my presence. Yeah, he's not so sure now. But Francois, we are not here simply to shower you with praise, no. We were hoping that we might lend our aid to your efforts in a more tangible fashion. How so? Indeed, after all, it would not do for the goods to flow only in one direction while the coin flows in the other, no? Allow me to be more direct. The Sky Steel Manufactory has recently opened a new branch in Featherfall, yes? Yeah, so we've heard. I have a mind to spend some time there myself, overseeing repair and maintenance orders, putting wares on display for potential sale to buyers from the realm over, and so on and so forth. Meanwhile, Orville and I have discussed matters at length, and we suspect that traders from far-off lands might show quite an interest in the abundant natural resources harvested from the Diadem and the Sea of Clouds. Sounds like a plan. I have no words. Your assistance in the reconstruction effort will mean the world to me. Yeah, so let's discuss this a little more. And as we have this conversation as a family, The sons and daughters of House Halinas. Mayhap I misjudged them. You've been misjudging a lot of things, sir. Yeah. Mocked and branded as heretics by the highborn and the common folk alike, forced to suffer the loss of kin, friends, and loyal followers alike over years of bloody war. Still, they forge ahead to build a brighter future for our nation. For so long, I thought them too earnest and agreeable for their own good, but perhaps that artless hope and enthusiasm is precisely what Ishgard needs in this new age.
Yeah, yes, it certainly does.
Would that my own son could be here as well, that he too could be among those leading the efforts to transform our society for generations to come. Strange, is it not? Somehow I am more certain than ever that he is alive somewhere in this world and doing great things in his own right. Mayhap one day he will return to me, and mayhap not. Either way, the decision is his, and his alone, to make. For so long I clung to the past, fearing that there was no place for me in this new age of openness, enlightenment, and change. But the truth is clear to me now. This is a new world we live in, and we must all adapt or be left behind. It will not be easy, but it will be worth it, and the passionate, capable young men and women around me will show me the way. Yeah, look at the smile on his face. We've certainly turned you around in an hour or so. Yeah, we broke through that frozen heart of yours. Or was it a heart of stone, to be more accurate? My sincere apologies, Matthias, Lord Charlemagne. It seems my siblings and I got somewhat carried away in conversation. If you are ready, it would be my pleasure to escort you to Featherfall. Yeah, as we can see, all three of the city-states have their own respective stalls set up. So let's go ahead and speak with Lord Francois again to complete this quest. Matthias, Lord Charlemagne, over here! I did not imagine that your preparations were proceeding so briskly, Lord Francois. One might wonder if they are not proceeding too hastily, yet at the same time, one cannot help but be impressed. You are too kind, my lord. I am pleased to say that the Featherfall markets are nigh ready to open. Truly, we cannot have accomplished this without you. Nor you, Matthias, nor my dear siblings, my associates, and all in Ishgard and the three nations who have expended efforts on our behalf. Without all of you, my loftiest dreams to rebuild the firmament would have gone for naught. Thank you, my friends. I will not forget your kindness and generosity for the rest of my days. Well, you're quite welcome, Lord Francois. Nay, 'tis I who owes you thanks, Lord Francois. Travelling with you has done much to open my eyes, and I am not too prideful to admit it. If I hope to lead House Durandal into a new age of prosperity, there is much I must yet learn about the world outside Ishgard, a world to which I have been blind for far too long. Yeah, we definitely turned you around, didn't we? In return for helping me to learn this lesson, allow me to offer you some parting advice. You have accomplished much here already, but do not rest on your laurels, for the greatest challenges are yet to come. Thank you, my lord. Pray rest assured that I have no intention of shirking my duties. As more and more people flock to the firmament to hawk their wares and ply their trades, my ability to manage affairs will be tested like never before. They will indeed, and yet I suspect you are up to the task. Still, should you ever find yourself over your head, do not hesitate to call upon House Durandal. And with that, I shall be off. Matthias, might you have a moment to spare afterwards? There's a matter on which I would seek your counsel. Yeah, what would that be, pray tell? I too should be getting back to the many tasks at hand. Till we meet again, my friends. Yeah, see you in the next round of quests there, Lord Francois. I would actually not mind if the lad remained with us a while longer, but oh well. In any event, the matter I would discuss with you concerns the broom. If you're not otherwise occupied, I should very much like to hear your thoughts. Yeah, on the broom? Well, we'll find out in a moment as we take 83,700 experience points, as well as 3 cups of Ishgardian tea and 3 Sohm-All tarts. And so, we do earn the achievement Featherfall Rising, but of course, the Count wants to get one more in with us, so let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the level 60 quest entitled The Broom Lifts. Count Charlemagne de Durandare will petition your aid in realizing his bold vision for the future of Ishgard. I thank you for entertaining my request. There is another who I believe would be keen to hear what you have to say. He shall be arriving anon. Whoever could it be? Yeah, in fact, it's actually a guy we actually know. Mathia, the Count mentioned there was someone he wished to introduce me, but I did not expect it to be you. Tell me, how have you fared since last we met? Yeah, the guy who runs things over in the western part of the Central Highlands. Yeah, good to see you again. Oh, mayhap I should have surmised that the two of you were already acquainted. Mathia accompanied Lord Francois and I on our trade delegation to the Three Nations, which I dare say would not have been nearly as successful as it was without his insight. Since returning home, I have been pondering many a matter. Long has House Durandare stood at the fore and done its sworn duty to protect our countrymen from heretics in the Horde. But Ishgard now enters a new era. In these changing times, how must House Durandare adapt to best serve our fair nation? This is the question that most occupies my thoughts of late. So what do you have in mind? As our nation turns its eyes to the outside world, I will look once more within. House Durandare shall see that our nation thrives as never before, and every Ishgardian is able to reap the benefits of peace and prosperity. Sounds like a plan, right? I am not sure what to say, my lord. Clearly your journey has had quite an effect on you. Needless to say, I wholeheartedly agree with your noble aim, and promise to offer whatever aid is in my power to offer. My knights as well are searching for ways in which they might serve the people, now that their blades are no longer needed. Should you lack for manpower, you need but say the word. Very good. I would first task them with carrying out some long overdue restorations in the broom, which unfortunately remains in a most sorry state. But it will not suffice to physically rebuild the city. No, for all citizens to truly prosper, we will need a steady flow of goods and services. A healthy economy is the lifeblood of any nation, after all. To that end, I must also intend to put House Durandare's fleet of airships to use in shuttling materials to and from far-off lands. Sounds like a good idea. You rode one of our vessels yourself when you aided us in reclaiming the Stone Vigil, did you not? You will forever have my gratitude for your efforts that day. In any event, we will have need of pilots and machinists in far greater numbers than we have now. There are many here who would benefit from learning a trade by which they might earn their keep. We will recruit these individuals and train them to the best of our ability. For this, I would enlist the services of a knowledgeable and patient instructor. Mayhap there is someone you could recommend, Lord Germont? Anyone in mind? He's got to give it some thought. Why yes, I do believe I know just the man. He knows our airships inside and out and has an admirable passion for sharing his craft with those around him. He is battle-tested as well. He was the very pilot who helped to serve us reclaim the Stone Vigil after all. His name is Sestevald, and do not let his youth fool you. He is as knowledgeable and reliable as men twice his age. That said, there is a rub. I've seen neither hide nor hair of him since the war ended. He suffered a wound in his last battle, and I've heard rumors that he has since fallen on hard times. As such men eke out a living in the broom these days, it is a most unfortunate situation and one that does not reflect well on our house or our nation. We must do right by these brave souls, and we must do it now. And so I turn to you, Mathia. Might I task you with seeking out this Sestavold and relaying my offer? I have already drawn up a contract that you might deliver to the man. How'd you do that so fast? I would approach the man directly, but our recent foray to the Three Nations has convinced me that when it comes to negotiation with the common folk, you are far more capable than I. Besides, if I am to bring my plans to fruition, there's another whose aid I must petition, and with all haste. Will you do me this favor and speak with Sestavold in my stead? We'll do what we can, sir. And so there we go. Then I too shall return to Whitebrim Front and recruit as many knights as I can for the cause. That will be most appreciated, Lord Drillmore. Until we meet again. And with that, I will take my leave. May your meeting with Sestavold be a fruitful one. Well, we'll do everything we can for you there, my lord. And away he goes. Alright, so it's going to be an opportunity for us to take on a few more of these side quests, but we will leave them until after we get back. So we're just going to warp straight out. And as we do, we will make our way over to the broom. So let's go find our man. And here he is. This is Mr. Sestavold. Yes, I'm Sestavold. Who's asked? By the Fury! Are mine eyes to be believed? Yep, it's me. The Savior of Ishgard at your service, sir. What's this? Count Charlemagne de Durandal would personally entreat your services and as an instructor and mentor to aspiring airship pilots throughout the... Look, you may be the stay of gods, but this is your idea of a jest. Is it true, you say? Then of course I'd accept. I'd be a fool not to. Though, why the Lord of the highest of houses and a hero such as yourself would turn to a broken-bodied nobody rotting his days in the broom is beyond my comprehension. Pray allow me to say that it was a true honor to have had you on board my airship in the operation to retake the Stone Vigil. The mere memory of that triumph has carried me through even the darkest of days. At any rate, the letter goes on to state that I should accept the offer. I am to report to the site of the planned training facility, which according to this is to be constructed here in the broom at once. And I do believe I am inclined to do just that. Might I be so bold as to ask you to accompany me? It has been a while since I consorted with nobles, and I fear I might do something to embarrass myself. Well, let's see if we can't give you a hand on that. So let's head on over this way. And here's where he's strung out. According to the letter, the site in question is just beyond here. Shall we? Indeed we shall. So let's have a look. Yeah, it says no entry though. So as we wait on our points of contact, yeah, there's Charlemagne again, and he's also brought with us Count Hadmont. You must be Sestavold. On behalf of House Durandal, I thank you for entertaining my offer. Allow me to get right to the matter at hand. As you may know, Lord Francois' efforts to bolster trade with some of the most prestigious merchants from the Three Nations have borne considerable fruit. As such, we have need for capable airship pilots to shuttle supplies to and fro. Lord Drillmont has spoken highly of your expertise. I would have you train the next generation of pilots who will steer Ishgard to a brighter future. It is my hope that this will also serve to provide an honest, profitable trade for a number of the unfortunate souls who call this place home. Yeah, how does he respond? My lord, I do not know what to say. You show great mercy to this battered, broken man and give him a chance to build his life in a way he never imagined. I am honored and blessed to accept your offer. For as long as I draw breath, I will serve your cause with every ounce of strength and passion that I am able to muster. Glad to see that his offer is being accepted. So what brings you here, Count Amont? There is also the matter of securing the funds necessary to operate the new facility as well as to maintain our fleet. Lord Edmont, I trust I can count on the support of House Tom in this matter. That is no longer my decision to make, but I will consult with Arturel, and I see no reason why he would not be receptive to your calls. When you arrived at Fortop Manor and said you would speak with me in private, I must admit I had my doubts as to what you had in mind. However, yeah, what happened with you two? But I cannot very well turn a blind eye to the unprivileged men and women of our society, can I? Not when the savior of Ishgard stands before me, ready to fight for them. That is why you brought Master Griffin here, is it not? You may think yourself subtle, Lord Charlemagne, but I am wise to your ways. After all, this is not the first time you have brought me around to your cause. Though, this time, at least, I can say it is a noble one. For years, houses Durandar and Forton have struggled for supremacy. We are not so different, you and I. Is it such a terrible thing that we take advantage of each other from time to time? I think not. Besides, I cannot very well let you live a life of leisurely retirement while I remain on the front lines, fighting for men and women who have been forgotten for far too long. As members of Ishgard's most privileged class, it is our calling to lead our nation into a new era of prosperity and enlightenment, and I, for one, have no intention of shirking this duty. And so, with that in mind, we'll take our 83,700 experience points, plus we obtain 10 magic prisms of both House Fortemps and House Durandar. Yeah, these are exclusive prisms you only get for doing this quest. And so now that that's all been established, before we can show you what that stuff looks like, yeah, there's more in store. Yeah, signs for help wanted are now being posted in and around the broom. The office has been opened, and that's not all that's going on. You know, we can see some new scaffolding is being added, and people are working in ways they never did before. Yeah, they did say they wanted to help improve the broom, too. Thanks to your efforts, houses Durandar and Fortemps have awakened to the plight of Ishgard's poor and suffering, and restoration of the broom has begun in earnest. So yeah, not only are we going to get to the opportunity to see the reconstruction of the firmament, but now the broom is being added too. So yeah, not just one place is getting a makeover, so is another. So yeah, let's show off these magic prisms. Yeah, we have the House Durandar one, which is their coat of arms, the bell with the two vines on either side, which you see on their shields. And then there is the House Fortemps magic prism, which is of course also featured on their shield, the Crimson Unicorn. Although it's weird that the unicorn, we don't get to see it facing the opposite direction when you have the prism going, but that shows you all the quests that are available to do with that particular storyline, but then there's also the side quests that are now also available in the firmament as well. So if you give me a moment, I need to take care of something real quick, and I'll be right back, and we will start taking care of those too.
Alright. Yeah, I'm back. I just had to take care of something real quick. But now that it's been resolved, let's go back into the Firmament. So, back to the Aether Plaza. I clear my throat. And then back to the Firmament. Alright, so as you can see we have 3 new quests available for us, so let's start taking a look at them. We'll go from right to left in this instance, because there's one all alone on the right, while the other 2 are on the left. So for the first task to the right, we are going to a place we've actually been to before. We are returning to the area around the orphanage. You might remember this enterprising trio of kids who are here at the orphanage known as Royal and Berry Field, and they want to try and help support the area in any way they can. So the quest here will be courtesy of Piraquill. We'll go ahead and speak with him to take on the quest entitled A Fashionable Friendship. Piraquill appears excited about something.
Oh, it's you again! Have you heard? All sorts of merchants and craftsmen from all across the world have come to Featherfall. We were just going to head over there to see for ourselves. You should come with us. It'd be so exciting. This isn't supposed to be exciting, Piraquill. These are outsiders of the competition and we're going to scout them out. Let's get going now.
Yeah, they're competition to these guys. And they and their friend Lascelles will be on their way. Let's go and reunite with them. So yeah, basically going the full length of the field from right to left. And then a little further north too. Yeah, now they play this version of the Firmament theme both at day and at night. It used to be only a daytime theme. And now it's also done at night. So we'll pick up these 2 quests later on. For now though, we want to focus on reuniting with the trio of kids. It looks like we have to drop down. I went a little too far. Yeah, I dropped in on the Gridanian stall. Hey there, Piraquill. Yeah, so we have a look at what the Gridanians are offering, what the Laminsons are offering, which should come as no shock to anyone, and what's being offered by the Uldan merchants.
This is amazing! I've never seen anything like any of these things before! If we could fashion some eye-catching wares of our own, I do believe we could earn good coin here.
Yeah, so how would we go about it?
Whatever shall we do, sister?
Yeah, we overheard something. Yeah, we have a pair of siblings here.
Indeed.
Yeah, shall we intervene?
Hey, what's the matter? You're looking awfully glum. Oh, hello there. My brother and I heard that traders from around the world had set up shop here in the Firmament, so we've come to peruse their wares. And what's more, Mother was kind enough to give us some extra skill to buy ourselves a special treat. There's one most luscious looking exotic fruit that caught our eye, but sadly it's just a bit too expensive. Still, we don't want to settle for anything less. Is that all? If you need money, why don't you just earn it? That's what we do. We make all sorts of things and sell them for good coin.
Yeah, apparently someone overheard our conversation. Well, all to you, a spirited one. Yeah, it's
It sails old friend Marcichamp from the Dravanian Forelands over in Heavensward. If you're hurting for Guild, maybe we could make ourselves a deal. Yeah, how about it? Good to see you again, Marcichamp.
What kind of deal?
Yeah. A tough negotiator, I see. Here's the story. I'm a hunter from the Dravanian Forelands, and a pretty good one if I do say so myself. I was on my way back to the wilds after dropping off my chocobo, and that's when it hit me. It's been cold out here. I could use myself a new overcoat. Yeah, you came out here in the one that just drapes over your one shoulder and leaves the half of your torso bare. I'm not looking for anything fancy, mind you. If it keeps me warm and toasty in the blistering snow and wind, that's plenty fine for me. Reckon any of you young ones would be able to help a hunter out? Yeah, you got it.
Could we ever? You just watch. We'll whip you up the finest coat you've ever seen before you can bat an eyelash.
Good to hear it. I'll be lingering around the markets for a while still, so you can just bring it on back to me whenever it's ready.
Well, looks like we have a job to do. It's off to Roland Bay Field for me to procure the needed tools. Perhaps you'd like to come along?
Take him up on the offer? Absolutely.
George Zan and Periquil, I can count on the two of you to get some cloth from old Akkad, yes?
Indeed you can.
Well, when we have all that we need, let's meet back here. Alright everyone, let's get to work.
And so, away they go. Yeah, along with their new friends. Yeah, just the look of shock on my face. Would have reckoned someone like you'd have more important matters on your plate than tending the children. Though I suppose I'm not one to talk. Anyway, I imagine you'll be going along to see that they don't get themselves into trouble. I guess. See, as Marcichamp shows out here, let's head on over this way. So we'll find Georgezan and Periquil over here.
Oh, you came too! Good! There's something I wanted to ask you. What sort of fabric do you think is best for making an overcoat? Periquil and I, we really don't know anything about weaving, you see. It's the cell who fancies herself a seamstress.
Well, if it ain't the hero of Ishgard, I'll be glad to see you as well. I've been trying to get these lads to tell me just what sort of fabric they need, but they can't seem to give me a straight answer. So what'll it be? Yeah, a thick pelt to ward off the cold, or a square of linen, simple yet sturdy? Well, why don't we go with the pelt? Oh, is that all? Well, why didn't you just say so? Old Akkad is just the thing for you. And here you go. I reckon this will serve you well enough.
Why, it most certainly will. Many thanks, my good man.
Let's go and reunite with them. But yeah, what have you guys been thinking of this new addition to the Firmament story arc so far? So as the sellers return to Goldenberry Fields, and also there's Miley, the little girl we saved in patch 3.1 thanks to the help of Vidofnir. Hey, Lissel.
Rasakin, there's a favor I'd ask of you.
Well, if it isn't Lissel, what can I do for you and your friends today?
A hunter we met at the markets has hired us to make him an overcoat. Do you have a needle and thread we could borrow?
I do indeed, but I can't just let you have it. Why, if you so much as pricked your finger with my tools, I'd never hear the end of it.
No need to fear. Matthias here to watch over me and see that I'm perfectly safe. Isn't that right, Matthias?
Indeed it is. I see. Well, if the savior of Ishgard is willing to vouch for you, who am I to oppose? Here you go. Just be careful with them, yes? There you go.
Thanks, Raskin, you're the best.
Away she goes. And so let's reunite with everyone. But yeah, I hope you guys are all enjoying what's going on here this evening. Alright, we'll head on over this way this time. So let's go and find everyone. Now that we're all reunited.
Well, I do believe we have everything we need. Shall we get started then?
Yeah, let's have at it. So, sometime later.
Say, what do I do with this part here? Ah, just hold that in place. Fold it over. Yes, just like that. And now stitch right there. Exactly! You're a natural!
And so, we have something here that looks pretty nice.
Why, it's a perfect fit! Our best work yet, if I do say myself. And how does it feel, good sir?
It's sturdy, warm, and even a fair bit more stylish than I've been expecting. You've got yourself one satisfied customer, lass. I reckon this should cover it. Go and buy yourself something nice now. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, thank you! And thank you! We couldn't have done this without you. Here, this is your share.
Going halvesies on it? By the look of shock.
What? But this is just about all of it.
Oh, really?
Well, seeing as you did just about all the work, it seems only fair. Together with what our mother gave us, we have enough here to buy our fruit. Speaking of mother, we'd best head back before she starts worrying what's become of us. Might we come back to play again? But of course, you're welcome to visit any time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, the orphans help out a couple of noble children. But then, sad face.
How nice it must be to have a mother to return to.
Aww. Don't look so down, lass. Being able to help a couple of nobles ain't nothing to sneeze at, and I reckon the friendship you made today will serve you well. Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of new friends, I've got just the thing to cheer you up. How'd you like to take a baby chocobo off my hands? Oh wow.
A baby chocobo?
Aye, hatched from the egg of one of my best birds, but I've been having the damnedest time trying to train it. Doesn't seem suited for the hunting life, and so I thought I could use it in your family. How'd you like to be its new mother? Wow.
Me? Its mother? Why yes, I'd like that very much. And with the coin we've earned, we can buy it food and everything. The little ones are going to be over the moon when they hear who's coming to live with us. Not just little ones, Raskin too. He adores chocobos. Come on, let's go and tell him right now.
And so away they go. You know, Matthias, just looking at you and those children, it calls to mind that time that I came upon you and the sail and Tailfeather. Gods, how time flies. Yeah, 5 whole years. But speaking of time flying, I best be moving on. I've got a chocobo to deliver, and then it's back to the road for me. Till next we meet, lad. And so with that, we'll take our 83,700 experience points and 680 gil. Safe travels back to the Forelands there, Marcel. That quest is now taken care of, so now down to the two over here. So let's go, first of all, up to the top of the stairs and take the quest from this House Halonart soldier, who has a quest entitled A Gathering of Gala Cats. The sullen soldier is looking about anxiously. Why, if it isn't the savior of Ishgard and the hero who helped us deal with that stray Gala kitten the other day. Oh, that was months ago, dude. You couldn't have come at a better time. For reasons I cannot begin to imagine, it's one of those confounded cats is back. And what's more, it appears to have brought its friends. Also, I've been told. As you might imagine, we are at something of a loss as how to address the situation. If the tales I have heard are true, these creatures are originally hailed from the Sea of Clouds, and some scholars in fact believe them to be a type of void scent. Why, it's enough to send a shiver up a man's spine. Surely you can see that we simply cannot allow these baleful creatures to prowl about the firmament as they please. And so I beg of you, might you be so kind as to look into the matter and find some way to save us from this formidable fluffy menace? One of my cohorts mentioned that he saw the beast roaming just a ways down the road. And here, take this pouch of dried cloud crawler with you. It's said that the little beast can't resist the scent. So we gotta go bait them, basically. Place the cat snack on the streets in hopes of luring out a Gala cat. So we're gonna do that right over here. At a place known as the Abacus. You place the snack in the middle of the streets near where the Gala cat was sighted. Retreat to the shadows and hope that your quarry takes the bait. Yeah, there's the soldier in the meantime. Yeah, don't worry, I'll cover you. Wait a minute, is the safety on old Betsy? I bet it is, Sheriff. That's what I was afraid of. You go first. It looks like we have indeed found a Gala cat, but not the one you kind of find at the Sea of Clouds. You found it, but what's this? The furry creature has clad itself in an overcoat suitable for the fiercest of blizzards? Whoever did it get its paws on such garb? That's what I want to know. Yeah, that is not garb, my unlearned friend. Who goes there? A guy with a Gala cat for a hat. Another one? And it speaks! What foul sorcery is this? Yeah, who are you, sir? I am but an innocent traveller with a fondness for our feline friends. I journey to the far ends of the realm, doing all in my power to see that these creatures are appreciated for the fluffy balls of inimitable cuteness that they are. Now, let us return to the topic of the Gala cat's garb, and the wings which appear to be a part of it. Did you know that it is said that no one has ever seen said garb removed, and that every unfortunate soul who has even made an attempt has been met with hissing, clawing rage? In any event, it is true, and in that sense it might not be said that the Gala cat's garb is not garb at all, but rather an extension of the creature's corporeal form? Not only might it be said, but I proclaim it loudly and with the utmost of confidence. Likewise, I would posit that those heavily layered silks are evidence that the Gala cat has adapted to its chilly surroundings. Furthermore, the creature's ample belly would seem to be incontrovertible proof that it has been dining on the most sumptuous of feasts. Do you mean that someone has been feeding this creature? And this surprises you? Why, just gaze into those innocent eyes! See how its tail flicks and curls with such enchanting enigmatic grace. Behold how it goes about its business entirely unburdened by the expectations of mortal men. I thought that no animal could be more delightful than the Gala cats that frolic in the air above our heads. But to see one of such stout and ample proportions, why, I am simply overwhelmed with the sheer force of its immeasurable cuteness. Oh, but I can bear it no longer! I must simply behold the creature up close! I must embrace it, caress its fur, scratch behind its ears, nuzzle its nose, and tell it over what a cute little kitty is! Yes, what a cute little kitty you are! Yeah, you do have a Mikote standing in front of you, right? You know this, huh? Yeah, you were shouting too loudly, dude.
Wait! Heavens, do you think I came out a bit too strong?
You think?
In any event, we must pursue it at once. Come now!
Yeah, after it quickly. Yeah, what about you, sir?
I'm not so sure about this. Perhaps chasing after voice scent isn't the wisest course of action?
Yeah, what are you looking at me for?
But I suppose we have no choice. I swore on oath to keep the residents of the Firmament safe after all. Let us exercise due caution though.
Yes, indeed. After it, gentlemen. So, to find it, we're gonna go around the corner. Step up to Horfrost Hall and find where these things could have possibly gone. Yeah, we've been able to track it down. And it has friends. 3 of them in all.
Meow! Meow! There are so many of them!
What is all this commotion? Quite all of you, or you'll scare them away.
So you're the master of these creatures, I presume?
Yeah, goes by the name of Civis.
Master?
Hardly. I simply took to feeding one of them as a way to fend off the pangs of loneliness that come with being so far from home, and before I knew it, well, you can see for yourself.
I am not unsympathetic to your situation, my friend, but we simply cannot allow these creatures to run rampant about the Firmament. All their cuteness and fluffiness be damned. They are monsters after all.
Not these ones. All I know is they've never done me any harm. I give them a snack and they'll curl right up next to you and let you cuddle them and nuzzle their noses to your heart's content.
How generous and giving is the Gallicat. And pray tell, my friend, just how does it feel to cuddle and nuzzle these most delightful creatures?
Yeah, let's have a look at them. How can I put it? Their fur is soft and smooth, their noses toasty and warm, their cute little whiskers tickle the face. And they give off the most delightful aroma, akin to that of freshly washed bed linens. Or perhaps closer to bread right out of the oven. They smell good is what I'm saying, but not too good to eat.
You need say no more, for verily there is no creature so heavenly as the cats.
Agreed.
Yeah. No cat must go uncuddled, or I'm more of a dog person.
No! No, 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 no! I am a Mikote and I will stand with my cat brethren. Hear, hear!
At any rate, I can assure you, I've been in contact with officials at the Mendicant's court in hopes of finding proper homes for the creatures as soon as I possibly can. Surely you agree that they deserve that much. Please don't chase them away. Well, at the very least, they seem to pose no danger, and the population seems to be under control. I suppose I can overlook the matter for the time being. But be forewarned that should the situation change and the creatures prove a threat, we will not hesitate to use force when necessary. Isn't that so, friend?
If it has to come to that. But let's hope it doesn't.
Meow! What's this? You wish to accompany me on my journey? Oh, but why did you not say so sooner? It'll be a pleasure and an honor both. Come, my fluffy friend, and let us spread a love for all things feline far and wide across the land.
You know, that will take 83,780 gil for completing the quest. Sadly, we cannot take one of these Gale Cats for ourselves. As much as I would love to. Yeah, the other two will hang around here. And you, sir, get back to your post.
Alright. One more quest to go. As daytime has arrived here in the Firmament. So the next quest we have to go to, not all that far. Doesn't look like I can step through there though. At least not yet.
So we are over at one of these residences that we'll find the next quest we can take on. Courtesy of Mr. Philisto. Let's go and speak with him to take on his quest entitled Calling All Adventurers. Philisto is carefully inspecting the structure before him. And what exactly is this structure? Yeah, I hope we're not intruding. Hello there. Well, if it isn't the savior of Ishgard, 'tis an honor and a pleasure indeed to be graced with your presence. As it just so happens, there was a matter regarding which I was hoping to consult with an esteemed adventurer such as yourself. But I forget my manners. I am called Philisto, and Lord Francois has tasked me with overseeing the paperwork for new residents here in the Firmament. Well, it's nice to meet you, sir. Thanks in no small part due to your selfless efforts on our behalf, countless adventurers, tradesmen, and laborers from across Eorzea have chosen to make this place their home, and now that the Hoarfrost has been completed, we finally have a place to put them all. There is, however, just one rub. We have at least thus far lacked a facility to serve the role of the Adventurers Guild that one might find in other nations, a role which will become increasingly vital as our population continues to grow. So what do you have in mind? Yeah, you want this place to serve as an Adventurers Guild too? Certainly you have the space for it. And so, I've decided to devote this building we stand before to that very purpose. Unfortunately, and I am rather embarrassed to admit this, I am not entirely clear on precisely what manner of business is conducted at these guilds, and in turn, what sort of structure must best serve that purpose. Pray enlighten me, friend. What would you say is the defining characteristic of an active, successful Adventurers Guild? A place where adventurers can come to each other's aid? A place where citizens can enlist adventurers' services? Or it wouldn't hurt to have a tavern, because you gotta stick the joke answer in there. But it is with the second answer where we'll go with here. So that is the primary purpose of an Adventurers Guild. If adventurers are to render assistance efficiently and swiftly, it certainly stands to reason that there needs to be a dedicated venue where they may receive petitions from townsfolk. Thank you, my friend. The insight you have shared with me will no doubt prove invaluable in transforming this venue into one that will serve all adventurers in the Firmament and make them feel home. If I could impose upon you just one last time, might you be willing to speak to some of your peers here in the Firmament and see if you could find a generous soul or two who'd be willing to stop by? After all, an Adventurers Guild without adventurers is hardly worthy of the name. Indeed it is. Leave it to us, sir. Many thanks, my friend. I have no doubt that as a savior of Ishgard and a fellow adventurer, your words will resonate with them far more than mine ever could. Well, let's see who we can come across. Yeah, 3 potential people to go and find. Starting with this grizzled Lalafell adventurer.
Is there something you need from me?
Indeed there is. I want to tell you something.
A new Adventurers Guild, eh? I only just arrived from Ul'dah and I'm still learning the lay of the land. I'm not embarrassed to admit I was hoping there might be a place where I could meet some veteran types and learn a thing or two. Color me interested.
And so away she goes. Let's find our next person. So yeah, they'll be out where Lord Francois is chilling out right now. And we'll make our way over to where that is. So yeah, there are the two of them. And that's where we'll also find this seasoned adventurer accompanied by a couple of friends of theirs. A pair of Mikote, no less. Yeah, in fact, we actually saw this person before.
If it isn't Mathia! Oh, it's a pleasure to see you, my friend. What brings you to the Firmament today?
Well, we wanted to tell you something important.
They mean to build an Adventurers Guild here in Featherfall, you say? I do believe I speak for everyone when I say this is a most welcome development indeed. After all, it has been rather tedious going from door to door every day, asking the townspeople if they had any tasks to acquiring an adventurer's expertise. If there's anything I can do to see that the new facility is a rousing success, I am more than happy to do it.
Yeah, you and your two Miko friends. And now we'll head south to find our third person of interest. And of course, as always, here in Ishgard it's snowing. And for the first time this year, with where I live, it's snowing here too. And it's here where we'll find this adroit adventurer. Hello there.
Need assistance with something, friend? In that case, I would encourage you to consult with one of my colleagues. I fear I'm but an apprentice here and would have little to offer you.
Well, how about I offer something to you?
What's that you say? A new gathering place opening here in the Firmament? Why, this is wonderful news indeed. I relocated here from Limsa to learn a new trade, but I must admit that I find myself feeling a touch homesick at times. I was hoping there might be a place where I could mingle with travelers and hear the latest tales and tidings from my homeland. I must visit it at once.
So let's go back to Philisto. So yeah, we'll reunite with him and see if the adventurers have made their way over here after all. Oh, there you are, friend. I am pleased to inform you that a number of your peers have already graced us with their presence. Why, this place is starting to feel more and more like an honest-to-goodness Adventurers Guild with every moment. Rest assured that I will do everything in my power to see that this place flourishes into a home away from home for all adventurers who pay visit to the Holy See. Pray forgive me for imposing upon the esteemed savior of Ishgard with such a trivial task, but you have done us a great service today, and for that you have my most sincere gratitude. Whenever you are inclined to grace us with your presence, our doors will always be open. And I look forward to it. So we'll take our 83,700 experience points and 583 gil. And so, now that we know that a new Adventures Guild is to be established here within this place, that means that all of the quests that are available to us normally, because there's also this quest that you can do if you're doing crafting and gathering, can also be done here. But yeah, this is where a new Adventurers Guild will soon be open here in Ishgard. And I look forward to seeing what it all looks like when they finally get this place up and running. We can't go in just yet, but eventually one day we will. But of course, there's still, even though we've opened up quite a bit of the place, there's still quite a bit more left to open. And one can only wonder what this place is gonna look like when it's all said and done. So, I'm glad that you guys came to join me here this evening here on Twitch, or not on Twitch, but on YouTube rather. But yeah, I am streaming more now on Twitch, so if you don't follow me on Twitch, please make sure to click the link in the description of this stream and follow me on Twitch as well as on Twitter so that you know when I am on the air. Because yeah, like I said, we will be streaming more on Twitch, so I would certainly encourage you guys to go and support me on that channel as I stream more often, because I am covering the streamlined version of the main story of A Realm Reborn over on Twitch, and I have 3 different adventurers who are going to share the experience. We're already at the point where we are approaching 1,000 Maws of Totorak, the level 24 dungeon. So I would certainly encourage you guys to go check it out if you don't already. So yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitch, and I hope I will see you guys back here tomorrow when we get back to that particular experience, because we still have quite a bit of distance to cover before we can get to Totorak itself. So I look forward to seeing you, all of you, then. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this edition of our continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, and I will see you guys back over tomorrow night over on Twitch. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.